Okay, let's move on to our next trend. This one we call Tannery. I'll read the slide for you. Last season, we introduced you to a trend we called Spiced Up. And this season, not to be repetitive, but to continue a theme that is undeniably strong in furnishings, we introduce a similar trend we call Tannery. All those rich spice tones of cinnamon, nutmeg, turmeric, chili, and clove are still in full play, while the influence of brown shades pull the theme toward an earthier palette. Many of these colors play out in the additions we've made to Norwalk's newly refreshed protected leather collection. Here's a picture from our friends at El Decor who talk about this movement towards spice color tones and refer to them as colors of mustard, paprika, cinnamon, ginger, and deep saffron. You'll find touches of all of these in the accent colors we're introducing this coming season. Here we see a particularly yummy saffron colored velvet sofa. What makes the picture particularly appealing to me are the royal blue accents and the butterscotch rug that pull the whole vignette together and create a very nice warm atmosphere, as is typical of these spice colored vignettes. It's not surprising that these spice tones play out very nicely in our leather collections. And here in this picture, you see a good looking butterscotch and coffee colored sectionals that particularly play up this theme. Many of these spice colors are going to be used as accents in more neutral rooms. A good example of this is the picture on the right hand side of this slide, where you can see the chili colored chair and the mustard colored ottoman doing a great job of pulling out the colors in the oriental rug and adding some color and interest to the otherwise very neutral white and gray room. In this slide, you can see how the mustard, saffron, and chili colors play out in a particularly warm room. In the upper left-hand corner here, I love this room. You can see the saffron-colored pillows on the sofa, the chili-colored walls, and then the really interesting accent to me is the mustard color ceiling. And if you look to the right of this image, even the walls moving into the next room, accented with a little mustard surround, give a undeniably warm and cozy feel to this living room. Here's a little closer look at that same room. And what I notice now is the stylist has even used daffodils on the cocktail table there to play up the really pretty shades of mustard that are going on in this room. Here are a couple nice examples of using mustard with chocolatey kind of colored browns in both of these images. The one on the right, you can see, is a little more browned out, a little more Dijon, if you will. And on the left, this spicy trend, when it applies to mustard, really goes all the way to this one on the left, which is definitely getting a little closer to French's. Now here's a little something unexpected that Caroline and I ran into, and we really liked it. Nordic Blush is a color that El Decor feels is a great background complement to these spicy tones. And in slide number 30, you can see another version of it here that comes out a bit more purpley. In our showroom, in this area, we're actually going to be painting the walls a color that Sherwin-Williams calls Venetian Rose. So the interesting point here is these softer kind of rosy tones with just the littlest touch of blue in them really accent and pop when these spicier tones are presented in front of them. Here you can see in the rug that rosier tone of chili has been used very successfully to accent it with a fairly bright saffron colored stripe that runs through the rug itself. These next couple slides remind us of how successful these spice tones are when complemented with a bit of turquoise or peacock blue. This is a mainstay of the Southwest look and certainly a way to add yet another pop of energy to these warm, spicy tones. Here's a perfect example of that magical color mixing with the sofa here in the deep peacock blue and the pillows in mustard, cinnamon, and chili, and then even one on the end there, it looks like kind of bronze, all matching beautifully and with tremendous energy and pulling out all the colors that are in the Oriental rug. Here in this final slide of our Tannery colorway trend, a little reminder that not all of these rooms that emphasize these tannery and spicy tones are necessarily dark and warm. Here on the left you can see the brighter colorways accented with the lighter shades of blue certainly give these rooms a lively punch of color. And on the right, the chili colored pillows and rug with the brown sofa are accented with a mustard color pillow that really goes all the way to daffodil.